All meditations in this group are a prayer to God inside, outside, and everywhere. And God is unconditional love. So God is unconditional love. Can you imagine, first of all, God being something else other than unconditional love? Can you imagine God being an emotion like anger or lust or pain or fear or those things? Well, in reality, God is a combination of everything in it. But these emotions are your own response. The emotions of anger, pain, fear, and doubt are based on your core sin, if that's the word to use. And the sin is of demeaning yourself by thinking you are this world. The moment you start to think, I am this body and I'm going to be living for this body, you have walked away from enlightenment, from God, and you're opening yourself to having these emotions of pain, anger, fear, and thereby lack of faith leading to doubt. I'm not talking about a faith in a God who is someone somewhere and you think that, oh, I need this and I need that, and God give me this and God give me that. We're not talking about a trading house God. Someone who gives, and then most of the people in the future times will pray to God for specifically. And in that way, our life with full of ups and downs, and of course, losses, is our true teacher, because these losses make us or force us to or deprive us of our comfort. And when we lose the comfort of a job, relationship, something that has made us think that we are, something that made us pleasure, and we thought that, oh, this makes me look good or something. It can be anything from clothes to relationship, etc. And could even be triggered off by anything. Recently, I met someone who was divorced, and the person's uh, anger and sadness was invoked. Why is it that I'm having a bad time and the person with whom I have divorced is having such a good time? And look at Instagram, and the person was seemingly having fun in Vegas or one of those places where there are half naked people. And that's what most people's idea of fun and comfort. They aim for that. But I had to share that the other person, if they are surrounding themselves with so much amount of fake uh, happiness, means that the person is deeply depressed. Why is it that you surround yourself with a huge amount of light and sound and people jumping around, a lot of them on drugs, and if it is photographical, it seems to be, yeah, that is exciting. When you are really in that environment, you can't even talk, and everything is like 10 times what you would buy on elsewhere. And if you need to talk, it's better to have a coffee with someone. So we look for comfort, and when we lose it, we may become spiritual because of that loss. That loss can make us spiritual, and therefore, all losses are in reality blessings, and blessings are blessings. Blessings, no one has any problem in identifying them as blessings. So God is unconditional lover, unconditional giver, unconditional in everything. But our thought processes are not really controlled by God. We are on this planet in a just like position, playing, going through life, playing the game of life. And of course, universe is our sometimes our is our I would say with whom we are playing, or sometimes it's against and sometimes with. But if the universe could control our thoughts, there would be no game. So our thought processes are our own, but everything else, everything, and this means everyone, because most of the time we are not able to raise ourselves, so we make judgment calls and try to put others down. We try to put others down by gossiping or coming up with a, oh, that guy is like this, but that. And it's just a judgmental call to make ourselves look good. And every culture has its own plus and minuses, and we look at other cultures like something we don't understand. So when we are judging, we are not seeing God in it. God is not someone somewhere. God is everything. And what makes us doubt in the presence of God is usually our thoughts, which belong to our body. The body is a vehicle that every day in the morning we start to drive. We get into it when we open our eyes and we start to drive. But then we start thinking of this car as us. Well, we are the eternal, immutable, immutable because the car goes around, everything keeps on changing. Everything that we see is changing at an atomic level, at a molecular level, at an electron level. So there is no steadiness to anything. But everything is moving in comparison to something else. Because if two trains are moving at the same, then they are not really relatively moving. But then there is a track. The track is your soul power. The track, which is never changing, is your soul power, and our thoughts and our life is the trains that are running. And everything is changing, as I said. We need these changes. It's something which never changes. That's your soul, my soul, and everyone's soul as well. Think of it that the whole of the universe is one person, and all of us are different. So if we fight, who is it that we are fighting? Us. And God is the force, life force of the whole collection of cells, which is the whole of the universe. It is called Brahma. It is more vaster than universe. Brahma means a creator. And even this creator has a creator. And that is identified as mystical foundation. The godly form whose eyes are opening up. And the eyes are opening up, and the universe is coming into being. And billions of years are going to be crossed out the blink of the eye. This is one of the creators. Understanding of Brahma is more wider than this. And in the scripture, the three powers are positive power is of Brahma, the creator, the negative power to balance out. Well, negative, not in the negative, but the balancing act is Shiva dancing like an electron. And then, of course, there is the proton, Vishnu, the balancer. Now, Shiva is the energy of the creation, rather is the whole of the created. The created, the creation is a dance of Shiva, think of it. And they are interchangeable. They are mingled together. You can't differentiate. And in this creation, there is a fire and an energy flowing through you, me, and everything. Energy is present. So Shiva, the created and the creation, and the movement in it. Shakti is, of course, house of Shiva. And one of the stories of creation of Durga, I will tell you, a form of God, because Hindus believe in reincarnation, but not in they believe in the reincarnation of the soul in various bodies, but also in the concept of avatar. Yeah, the same word from the movie means God coming to the, or being born, taking up human form to resolve some issue that the man. And Shiva's spouse wants to go to a festival which is being held by her father, and the father does not respect Shiva for various reasons. Shiva is the meditated god, and he doesn't have, he has no gold. He's always covered with ashes and surrounded by ghosts, and he has got snakes around his head. That's the personification if you see the superficial. But the snakes are actually out there because someone inserted and threw snakes around at him as in an insult. And Shiva took it and made an ornament of it. His blueness is because he sacrificed himself when he took the poison. Alahal, which came up, and the demons and the gods were working together to get the nectar of God. And from the deepest part of the ocean, which is also conscious, came up this poison which no one could imbibe. And it could even not even be dropped or kept anywhere. So Shiva took it and he became blue because he holds it in his soul. Even he cannot take it. So everything about Shiva is service, and his wife. He's also somewhat is at times afraid of him. She has to wait for him to open his third eye or come out of the meditation when he is in trance meditation. But they are supposed to be husband wife, and at one point Sati wants to go to her father, and Shiva says no. And Sati gets so mad from the beautiful Sati that she was, daughter of the Mother Earth, she's supposed to be. She becomes Kali, she becomes Durga, becomes all the forces, all the things, from the utterly bloody Kali to the 10-armed Durga, the difficult one. So Durga is the personification of fire energy, the primal energy. We are going to be invoking that because each one of us in avatar is God born by God. Each one of you has to see yourself as God coming to this planet to resolve some issue. And Durga's 10 hands, each weapon that she holds, the one, the whirling, the golden whirling discus, it goes and cuts the heads of the enemies, but it also symbolizes the whole universe is in us. And each instrument is there to remove and kill the ignorance that you are a limited body with a limited lifespan, a biological entity in a biological and materialistic physical world. So that's how 90% of the world lives, if not more. Spirituality means that you do not live for the body. Spirituality does not mean that you eat only whole foods or only go vegan or this or that. Whatever you eat, you eat. Eskimos in the north, they eat only fish because that's the primary, and seals, that's the food that they have. You think that they cannot not be enlightened because they are eating. They are one with the nature, and they thank the nature when they're eating. It's not about eating, etc. It's not about being a pop culturally aware of yoga and all that. It's not even about being food. Spirituality means that you are an avatar helping others while seeing that they are also avatars. So there is no moment of I am better or thou art low. The first rule of enlightenment is that the end objective has got to be I see the divine, in, especially in the people that have been made to, for some reason, to teach us something further. Because those are the people we have anger at. Something happens. We make a judgment call. This was bad. I don't like it. Then we get, then why is it this happened with me? Then that becomes anger. And then anger hits your liver. And then after that, it becomes, as I say, in the kidneys, free of fear. And in the pancreatic, it becomes comparison of my life with yours. And then it can also hit the thyroid, where it is, I'm not going to be communicating, I'm not, no one is, people are always saying, I do not have enough respect or love, and this is the thyroid. And because now we are not seeing God in our life, because we have pain, we don't appreciate the beauty of the pain. So now we are going, there's no God. If there was a God, why would he give pain and all that? Then the spine becomes full of stress. Thoughts become dark because there is no God. Or we feel that their God is not really listening to me. Someone asks, please pray to the angels so that I get a person. And this is a third or fourth marriage. Or people can be asking for money or something. But whatever you are asking, whatever we are asking for, is actually showing to us that we are not treating what we have got as grace of God. We just want more, not understanding that our role is to give. And the goddess Durga, the legend has it, killed demons. So in the picture, she is always killing the demon Mahisasura. And the demon became very powerful because the demon had prayed and meditated, just so that you know. But when Brahma came, it asked for the energy so that no one will be able to kill it. So Sati had to take up a special form of being nothing indescribable, a goddess who can kill. And at that point, the demon had thought, well, why should I ask for protection against women? And that's how Durga fulfilled her mission. She killed that demon that was troubling mankind and other gods. In her hand are her instruments or her weapons, and each weapon signifies destruction of ignorance. And again, the primary ignorance is limited body, while in reality we are the incarnation of God or godliness himself, with all the super abilities that God has gifted and is present. The ability to see, listen, act, have a life. No science can explain life. They can count the years, but always that what exactly is life, no one really understands. How is it that you open your eyes and see the world? There's even a theory that when people see, then the universe is created. And how would you say no to that? That the world is like a dream because when we see it together, then we are creating it out of the power of our belief and mind. Maybe it is not being disproved. So to become enlightened, we are going to be using Durga's, the feminine energy, the wild energy, the primal, the first energy that made the matter move, was created by the creator, and Shiva is the immobile form, is the created, but the energy in it is feminine energy. It is represented by Durga, and it is latent and dormant in everything. To make it awaken, you have to listen to the story. And now, closing eyes, let Durga, with her mantra, destroy the demon inside each one of us. And the demon is ego, not the good side of the ego. Helps us to navigate the planet. Ego helps you to join into this meditation. But the ego, which is the source of our pain, fear, anger, doubts, because trust and surrender. Do everything you can, but trust and surrender and awaken Durga's energy of killing the demon of the thought that I am just this puny person with this name and with this. To kill that identification of the body by forgetting your name, forgetting your form, closing eyes, and just feeling now the mantra of the Durga, the difficult one, the one who rides the lion, killing the demons of ignorance, the most powerful energy on the planet. It is the first in the universe. It is the first and primal energy, moving through everything and everything. It's moving through you, but now you have to surrender, trust, and awaken that energy. Most of us lock it down in the place of energy, in the second chakra, where the sexual energy is. Because when we have a heavy thought, I don't have enough love, means I don't have enough sex, or I don't have enough connection, then it gets accumulated in that emotion, in that corresponding chakra, and doesn't let it go. But today, with the help of Durga, it will go. Oh, starting at the base of the spine, where it's all red like a volcano, the fundamental chakra of connecting to the mother, and in this case, the mother energy. Om Dam Durga. Breathe in gently. Om Dam Durga. Nama, breathe out from the first chakra, from the base of the spine, from the lowest part of the body. When you sit, the lowest part, not the legs. Om Dam Durga. Breathe out. Imagine that you're breathing out and the energy will get cleaned up. Om Dam Durga. Om Dam Durga. Om Dam Durga. Om Dam Durga Nama. 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 Om Dam Durgaya Nama, Om Dam Durgaya Nama, Om Dam Durgaya Nama, Om Dam Durgaya Nama, Om Dam Durgaya Nama. Now this circle of energy which is flowing through you. Use the Om Dam Durgaya Nama to awaken, and with your breathing, take the energy like a fountain as much up as you can, starting at the base of the spine. Om Dam Durgaya. Going up. Om Dam Durgaya. Om Dam Durgaya. We are all one, right? Om Dam Durgaya. Om Dam Durgaya. Om Dam Durgaya. No judgment. Whatever is happening, your lower energy is opening like a volcanic burst, which is the way it is. Om Dam Durgaya. Om Dam Durgaya. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Sasha. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Chi. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Gale. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Kal. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Laura. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Luba. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Marina. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Rita. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Roger. Om Dam Durgaya Namah Shari. Om. Similarly, breathing in with Om Dam and breathing out from the chakra of partnership, the sexual energy one. Second chakra, Swadhisthana. First one was Mulaka. Om Dam Durgaya Nama. When you breathe out from the second, it will clean it. Om Dam Durgaya Nama. 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 Om Dam Durgaya. Let it now raise. Make your lower energy, your sexual energy, rise up with the Om Dam Durgaya. Om Dam Durgaya. Om Dam Durgaya. Om. Or if you want to differentiate, you can use the Shiva mantra. The Durga mantra to clean yourself, the Shiva mantra to awaken your Kundalini, to make your awakened Kundalini go up. Om Namah Shiva. Om Namah Shiva. So Om Namah Shiva is going up from the base of the spine. Om Dam Durgaya Nama, you're taking it through the nose and letting it out, cleaning throughout the process, all the chakras, all your body parts, and especially when it is being breathed out from whichever chakra, whichever emotional block is associated with whichever. First one was a relationship with mother and the feminine energy. Second one is relationship and sexual energy and connection with other people. Om Dam Durgaya Namah, Om Dam Durgaya Namah, Om Dam Durgaya Namah, and now Om Namah Shiva. 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 Now breathing in, and the third energy center of self-esteem, so that you are able to awaken the sun of self-esteem in your stomach, where the third energy center, Manipur center. Om Dam Durgaya Namah. 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 Now Om Namah Shiva. Raising, making your Kundalini shoot up along the spine. Om Namah Shiva. Om Namah Shiva. Om Namah. Breathe in and let it shoot up. Om Namah Shiva. 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 See the sun of self-esteem fully lighted up in your stomach, burning out all your pain and anger from your kidneys, burning out all your anger and fear in the liver and kidney, burning out all the pain in your heart. Now breathe out from the heart, but see that with the grace of Durga, your heart is now a temple to Durga, the feminine energy. Om Dam. Open the gates of this temple and send love to everyone, because right now, by sending love to others, you are killing the demon of your anger, pain, fear, and judgment at others. Om Dam Durgaya Namah. To empower yourself, from anyone who has hurt you or made you small. You open the doors of your heart of Durga in your heart and send unconditional love. Om Tam Durgaya Namah. Om Tam Durgaya. Om Tam Durgaya Namah. Om. 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 Now awaken the Kundalini. Om Namo Shivaya. 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 Om. Now that your heart is a temple with Durga, and they always are together, Shiva and Shakti. Shiva and Durga are always together. Now you focus on the fifth energy center, the center of your communication, which is your breathing. Om Dam Durga. Om Dam Durga. Om Dam Durga. Om Dam Durga Namah. Om Namah. Om. Now, when you breathe in through the third eye. Vidyate chirispriti glass dok ivida. Upatravlyaya mantra ka achisharashe. You're going to be using the mantra as if it's a floss, breathing out your third eye, breathing in and out of the third eye. Om Dam Durga. Om Dam Durga. Om Dam Durga. So that the energy of the mantra reaches your pineal gland, the center of your skull, which has to become clean so that you can bless all the thoughts in your head. Om Dam Durga. 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 Now let there be an explosion of clarity. This is true Kundalini, when all your thoughts are now only of God. Oh, in the pineal gland, an explosion of Om Namo, expanding. Shiva becoming infinity of consciousness. The consciousness in which everything and everyone is, and is shared with everything and everyone. So there is no high and low. Like through all your fingers, the same life force flows. Om Namo. Om Dam Durga. Om. 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 As your consciousness expands, I want you all to listen to the sound of Om in your heart. Be very patient. Zero out the external world. Focus only to hearing Om in the center of your heart. In this stage, when you are in the deepest thought, acknowledge the blessing of your life. So that instead of looking for blessings, you become a source of blessings. Durga has killed your demons that you are just destroying. Now there is no peace. Full faith in the spirit of it, because you are the Buddha. No fear of the death, any loss. Business is finished. You will be free. The ultimate loss on the planet. Freedom from the body. You walk the planet as helping others, internally maintaining your harmony by having or Shiva, or Allah of God, or Vayu, or Buddha's mantra. Any prayer, our Father, that kingdom come, I will be in this day, close until as we forgive. Lead us from temptation, save us from such yes, we would exhaust it. Faithfulness of finance, within us. With the breathing, keep on raising your energy by combining the mantras. Om, Om, Namah. This time, both taking your lower energy to the level of your consciousness expansion above the head. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Dandur, Om Dandur, Om Namash, Om Dandur, Om Om Sarve Om, Sarve Shanti, Sarve Bhadranti, Om Purnamati, 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 Om Vartmanandi, Om Astu, Santum Jyoti, Nityom